So what does fighting for someone mean? When we say fighting for someone, what we're talking about are really kind of two broad concepts within three categories, if you get that. Those two concepts are we are pursuing people into their life and we are inviting them into our life. That we are pursuing them in their world where they naturally live and what they naturally are up to and what they're naturally about. And we're inviting them into our world, to our friends and our family and our community and our rhythms. And through that, we are seeking to really kind of pursue them, not just physically, like in their space, maybe at their dorm or at their class or what have you, but also we're beginning to learn to fight for them, spiritually and emotionally as well. That through that pursuit and that invitation, we're pursuing them in their lives. We want to get to know them authentically in a meaningful way, to connect with who they are and what they're really about. And so whether that's by asking them their story and just letting them share who they are and what they're about and what they've gone through and what's, as our friend Dick Foth likes to say, what was the silliest thing you did or the most novel thing you did as a kid growing up where you're from, to asking what were the most meaningful moments of your life, the best and the worst. But pursuing who they are authentically, because if we're trying to create a kingdom relationship with them, a meaningful connection with another person, that really takes us really being open and honest and vulnerable and authentic as we pursue after them. But the goal is that we would pursue their life, pursue them physically where they are, emotionally with where they're at in their life, spiritually with where they are with God, invite them into our life, into our walk with God, invite them into our journey with who we are and our rhythms of life. And through that inviting and pursuing in those different ways, we are really, fighting for people to really be part of our small group community, but we mean by that is the community of people around our life that we are doing faith with, that we are beginning to fight for the kingdom of God to be part of our reality in all the different ways that we are learning to do that as college students on the campus. But when we talk about this idea of fighting for people, we're saying you need to pursue and you need to invite. Stop by their dorm and see what they're up to. Stop by their class after class and say, hey, you want to grab lunch? I was just free. Right? Go to where they are and let them teach you something. Let them teach you what they like to do and what they're about. And invite them into those things in your life. And through that, eventually your two worlds just become doing life together. It's no longer pursuing their world or inviting them into yours. The goal is through that you'll get to this place where your life is just being done together. And part of that is not necessarily, it's not like you're going to do that day in and day out, moment to moment. You're an engineer and they're a teacher. You're on different paths in different ways. But that you have different habits, different rhythms to your week. Where it's like, yeah, it's Friday night. Of course, I'm going to ask my small group leader, what are we up to tonight? Right? I'm going through a rough patch because I suddenly found out something really devastating in my family is going on. And who do I want to turn to? I want to turn to my small group leader. Right? That I'm trying to figure out how do I live out my faith right now, and I'm really wrestling with this question of faith. I know who I can turn to. Right? That we are doing life emotionally, in who we are in the inner side of our lives, in our rhythms of our week and of our life day to day, and through our pursuit of Christ in and through all of those things. That it's not my world and your world, but it's our world that we are doing life together. But that starts by us pursuing them in theirs and inviting them into ours until those two worlds become one.